Let's talk about overstaying and what options are available if you have ended up overstaying in the UK. I'm going to get straight to the point. What do the rules say? If you have overstayed in the UK, you cannot come within the immigration rules or make an application within the immigration rules because you're completely excluded for that. Because every application that you make for leave to remain includes a section about suitability and eligibility. So when you talk about suitability and eligibility, suitability is to deal with any criminal offenses or any other reasons why you cannot succeed. Eligibility will usually require for you to have legal status in the UK. And if you don't, then you will be found not to be eligible for it. The prime example of that is if you got married to a British national in the UK or a person with settled status in the UK and you did not have legal status yourself, you will be asked to go back to your country and apply from there unless you come within the exception of EX1B or EX1A, which means that either you have a British national child or you are married to a British national in the UK and there are insurmountable obstacles to your life continuing back in your country. Right now, I'm focusing on those people who are not married to British nationals. Obviously, those options are available. You can talk to me about those, but I'm talking about those people who do not have any other options. They don't have children with them, they don't have families with them, or even if they do have families with them, or they have their partners with them, they do not have any children who have spent more than 7 years in the UK. So they do not fall within the grant of status regime as far as the rules are concerned. So what do? Simple answer to you. If I were to ask you, you do not have legal status in the UK, you've been living in this country for 12 years, 14 years. If I tell you now that any application you make to the Home Office is going to be refused because you do not fall within the immigration rules, are you going to go back to your country tomorrow? That's the simple question. If you do decide that no, I've done enough or I've spent enough money trying to get my immigration status, I'm no longer staying here, I'll ask a lawyer whether or not I can get status, and if the lawyer says yes, I'll try it, and if the lawyer says no, I'm willing to go back, then I would say go back. Because it's going to be a very difficult process for you to get status in the UK if you are an overstayer, you don't have any children with you, or you do not qualify under any of the other exceptions. So what happens if you're staying here and you've not put in an application? The hostile environment introduced by our lovely, ex-Prime Minister Theresa May, the hostile environment concept was make life hell for everyone. And that has continued and carried on as far as the UK immigration is concerned. Now, we've had different secretaries of state come during that time. It was Sajid Javed, then it was Priti Patel, and now we've had Suella Braverman, and I'm just very happy to announce that Suella Braverman has just tendered her resignation about an hour or so ago because she says that she made a mistake of some sort, but I'm just glad that a lot of immigration lawyers and people would be happy to see the back of her because it was a very nasty and a very almost a dirty kind of approach being taken by Suella Braverman towards immigrants. Immigrants are not criminals. They are not subhumans. They are simply people who do not fall within the law as far as their immigration status is concerned. I'm not a person who was born in the UK. I came to the UK after a certain time. I applied for whatever applications I needed to do and got my nationality, the British nationality, under the UK immigration rules. So did thousands and thousands of other people. Now, if I call myself British today, it's not because I was born here, but because of application of law. And the same application of law has rendered some people illegal because their law has not been applied properly or by them not following the law properly. So that does not make them subhuman. But the fact remains, we are in a world that looks down upon immigrants and those who are asking for help. Unless, of course, you're from Ukraine and you've got the whole backing you on that, the whole world backing you on that. But I'm talking about those immigrants who do not get any help and who do not get any support. And I would say, if you do not have any status in the UK and you're hiding somewhere, and I've had a lot of these consultations the last few days, especially people from the Caribbean. What's going on with you guys? Why do you come here and just stay without doing any applications? You have a chance to succeed. Unless you make an application, that chance is not going to be happening for you. So I've just had a consultation today as well with somebody from Trinidad, and we were talking about how long the lady had stayed in the UK. She's been here like 12 years. And now she's with a partner. She's been with that partner who is a British national for the last 4 years. And I'm telling her, you can get your status. But unless you do an application, it's not going to happen. So I'm so sorry. It's gone very, very long. I expected this video and I wanted this video to be very short. But as always, I've just carried on talking. But simple thing is, if you do not have any legal status, either leave the country, or if you're not willing to leave the country, put in an application. I will tell you now that the application is most probably going to be refused. But because it's been done on a human rights grounds and exceptionality and outside immigration rules, you are likely to be granted an in-country right of appeal. Once you have an in-country right of appeal, you can go into court, present your circumstances to a human being called a judge, not a Home Office robot called the caseworker. So when you go to a judge, present your case, present all your circumstances, show what difficulties you would have going back, show how you have settled yourself here, show how you are now content living with a small life in the UK, even though it may be illegal, but how it would be different from going back home. All those things put together, I tell you, there are chances of success. I cannot say everybody's going to win. I cannot promise you the heavens and the earth on this, but I can tell you, we have done a lot of these cases. We have won a lot of these cases. And of course, a lot of those cases, exceptionality has not been accepted by the judges. But if you are here, if you are illegal, there is no point staying without any status, without any applications being put in. Please put in an application so that something can be done for you. Thank you very much for